I said right foot creep, ooh, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see ya. Catch them bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil's under your feet, you're on the way to see him.
House MD is one of the best medical dramas ever made, if not the best. House MD stars Hugh Laurie as the titular Dr. House, who is the head of the Dietetic Medicine Department at Princeton Plainsboro Teaching Hospital. At the beginning of the show, the Diagnostic Medicine Department had 4 doctors in it: Dr. Gregory House, Dr. Robert Chase, Dr. Eric Foreman, and Dr. Allison Cameron. And each of these characters have very simple ways to describe them, and they do this in the show. Like, this is why he hired some of them. I will list them. This is me repeating what the show basically says. First of all, Dr. Foreman. House hired him because when he was 17, he broke into a car and stole it. House just needed a guy who could break into houses and gather evidence so he can help the patients. Dr. Foreman is the doctor most likely to oppose House in all his crazy antics. Over the series, Dr. Foreman grows a disdain for Dr. House, disliking how he treats him and the other employees. This led him to try to leave the hospital for a different job so he doesn't end up like House. But stated in the later seasons, Dr. Foreman keeps ending up more and more like House. Personally, I don't really know if I see it or not. I'm not the best at media analysis or anything.
Foreman's black.
What?
Dr. Cameron is kind of like Dr. House's love interest at the start of the series. They have a weird thing for each other. I'm thinking about this now. I was gonna say, like, Dr. House is only into women sexually, like, appearance-wise, and that's the opposite of Dr. Cameron. But, like, Dr. Cameron and Chase, you know, that thing. So I can't really characterize that as well as I wanted to, or summarize it as quickly as I wanted to. I guess is she a hypocrite? Maybe? I don't know. I don't have much to say about her. She's good at her job. Dr. House likes her. She's a woman. Her only flaw is that she cares about her patients too much, and that can get in the way of their treatments and how successful they are.
Come on. Everybody poops. I read the book in medical school. Sinkers or floaters? This is the wizard.
Dr. Chase is Australian. That's about it. He's kind of the yes man.
Do you have hair in your special place?
Miss Jamie?
Okay, the guy the show's named after, Dr. House. On paper, this is the most unlikable guy imaginable. Anybody around Dr. House is gonna catch a stray, or an insult. If Dr. House was played by anybody else, he wouldn't be nearly as likable as he is now. Hugh Laurie performs his mannerisms and speech perfectly. There's never an out-of-place scene or out-of-character moment from Dr. House. Every scene is acted amazingly by Hugh Laurie. Only by watching a few episodes, you can really understand the relationships and dynamics between every character in the show. Firstly, Dr. House and Dr. Chase. Their relationship is Dr. Chase being a yes-man suck-up. Then there's Dr. Cameron, whose relationship with Dr. House is that they like each other, I guess. Lastly is Dr. Foreman. Dr. Foreman serves as House's foil at the beginning of the show, and more towards the end as Dr. House's mirror. Now, these are only the main 4 at the beginning of the show. We're not counting anybody past, like, season 3, or any side characters. This is the opposite of in-depth. This is surface level to the extreme. Even with these surface level summarizations, you can still see how these characters interact with each other. You still, just by having 4 characters, the show is very, just with 4 characters, the show is very entertaining. Without any other characters for Dr. House to bounce off of, the show would be horrible. But at the end of the day, Wilson is the best character by far.
House, we need to cure this patient. Did you try the medicine drug? Oh, I did try the medicine drug. Only stupid people try the medicine drug. You are stupid. I tried the stupid drug. You are a black man. This vexes me. I too am in this episode.
You see, Dr. House. You see that Dr. House hired Dr. Eric Foreman because when he was 17, he broke into a car, and that's about it. They needed a guy that could break into houses and, like, gather evidence for cases to help people out so they don't die.